Turn my back, you laughing. Got 16 sitting in the leg. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my
all right. Okay, here we go. Okay, good afternoon, fellas. This is your boy Black Pack, your boy Q, whatever you want to call me. We are here to bring in EE week 9. Oh, we on week 9? Let's go back. Yeah, week 9. My bad. Not week 10. Week 9. I put week 10 up there. I meant week 9. So week 9, we saw a couple of interesting matches. That could possibly lead to some playoff implications. One of the game of interest that I said I wanted to talk about was this game here, the Cowboys and the Redskins, seeing that Weedy pulled it out by 1 point, a 21-20 win. But you can see the numbers. Offensively, the Redskins did outgain the Cowboys. It would probably had to be turnovers or something like that, because the Redskins had a significant lead in passing and rushing, but they managed to lose to the Cowboys. So that game probably shapes that division a little bit more, with the Cowboys beating the Redskins 21-20. But the game of the week, it was hyped up and everything. I think everybody in the room had a little bit of say in this game. The game of the week was Dikembe and Riley. This was a pretty good game. I watched probably the first quarter, then I tapered off and watched something else, and then came back and watched the end of the third and the fourth quarter, which was real. It was tightly contested. This was a good game. It turned out to be better than a lot of us thought it was going to be. This game, New England edged out the Broncos in offensive yardage game. They won on the passing, and the Broncos had more rushing yards. 14 first downs to 9. That's what the deciding factor was in this game. It came down, if you watch the broadcast, it came down to 3 real crucial plays for the Broncos and the Patriots. 3 real crucial plays that changed that game. But the touchdown that he thought he had with about 10 seconds left, yeah, that killed him. He got hit on the goal line on the 1. Got a second chance to run it in. He got hit at the 1 again and didn't have time to run another play. That was a really good game. Way better than what any of us thought it was going to be. I will give props to New England. He has his quarterback looking like Peyton Manning. I've never seen somebody change an audible so much. Pre-count, pre-snap. It was just ridiculous. His reads, like, it was like a real football game. It was so fucking hilarious to me. Excuse my language, but it was hilarious how many times he changed plays at the line. He went back to the well one too many times with that halfback screen. I guess Riley got really tired of it, and he stopped it the last couple times it was ran. Overall, this game was a really good game. It deserved to be game of the week. You know, these boys did not disappoint. They really put forth a good effort. But at the end, the Broncos came out on top, 21-17. That'll be a good match if, you know, they see each other in the playoffs. That'll be a real good rematch. So we're gonna go back. So players of the week for the week 9. The week 9 players of the week. We have Drew Brees, quarterback for the Saints, 8 for 24, 254 yards through the air, 5 passing touchdowns. Wow. He got sacked once, and he had 1 carry for 4 yards. Old Drew Brees still out here running. You better not let him get hit too many times, man. No, you better stop that. Then we got Nick Bosa, NFC Defensive Player of the Week, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 force, 1 fumble recovery, and a touchdown. That's probably probably a scoop and score. Nick Bosa for the San Francisco 49ers. We got McFarland, AFC, 22 carries, 144, 6.5 rushing average, 3 touchdowns, 1 reception for 19 yards. Then you got D. Williams, the tackle for the Jets, with 7 tackles, 5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Yikes! Those are some monster numbers. Those are real decent like numbers. So we're gonna go back into. We're just gonna touch on the MVP race, and so far, it's still pretty much the same in the MVP race. Saquon Barkley coming in number 1, Le'Veon, Todd Gurley, and then Tariq Cohen. And we'll do just the offensive player and defensive players of the year. As you can see, this is all running backs leading the way for the NFC. And for the AFC, we got pretty much all running backs except Marcus Mariota, which is probably going to disappear now because the Steelers don't have a user. Unless we got one within the last hour or so. I think, yeah, the Steelers are about to miss the playoffs. Defensive Player of the Year. Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, Brian Burns, and Davion Taylor. AFC, we got Blake Cashman, Von Miller. Whoa, Von Miller's like 72 in this game now, isn't he? Still out here making Defensive Player of the Year. That's nice. Quion Williams and William Jackson. So we're coming into week 10. You know, we're coming down the home stretch. This is where games really matter. Playoff games. And we really got some games that's going to carry some big, you know, it's going to be game changers. Let's put it that way. Somebody's going to be sad come week 14, 15 when, you know, that one loss or that tie, you know, puts them out of the playoffs. So, as voted by everyone who did vote, the week 10 game of the week is Packers versus Lions. The 6-2 Packers versus the 5-3 Lions. This is a divisional game, and this definitely is going to shape how the NFC North is going to finish. This puts the Packers, who are currently in first place in the NFC North, at 6-2. The Lions are 5-3. The Bears are 4-3-1. the Lions managed to beat the Packers, then we're looking at 6-4, and the Packers are now at 6-3. So we're gonna look at this game. So it's gonna be Packers versus Lions. So last week, what do we have? So we had oh, hold up. Am I missing something? They both had a bye week? Maybe. So we have to go back another game. So the last game was week 8, because I guess they were on a bye. We had a pretty. It was a butt whooping. They put it to them nicely. As you can see the stats here, they pretty much led everything. They put a good thumping on the Minnesota Vikings. And then the Packers, who also didn't see up there, played the Saints, and it was a pretty good game. Based off the numbers, it wasn't like too off, but they did lose that game. This is probably their second loss. So as we can see from the numbers, the Lions edged the Packers out as far as offense. So this game really could shape the NFC as far as standing, and everything like that. So hopefully they're broadcasted. We can all watch and tune in. That's going to be that seems like it's going to be a really good game. Another game of significance was this game. As you can see, Weedy barely lost. He tried to go back-to-back wins. Pretty evenly matched game. As far as offensive yardage, 348 to 346. Is just something about Weedy coming down the stretch. He can't finish games. This is why he misses the playoffs. This is why, because he can't finish. The guy's a good player, but when it comes to crunch time, is either he's in or he's out. Like, there's no definitive he's all the way in. It's like it's always a battle with that man. Can't knock he got some game. Definitely got some game, but this is where it matters right here. Coming down the stretch. Another game of possible significance would be Is it the Saints or the Saints 7? The Saints are 7-1, correct? I'm not 100% sure. Let me back out, because this also shapes the playoffs. The Saints are 7-1, and the Bears are 4-3-1. The Bears desperately need to continue to win to push somebody out. The Lions are 5-3. The Bears are 4-3-1. That one is going to hurt the Bears coming down the stretch. So they have to win out. And first up on their little tour is the 7-1 Saints, who are looking like sure wins for the Super Bowl, or making a deep playoff run. So those are really the main games of significance we should be worried about, that really would shape the playoffs, because you got two teams sitting in the playoffs who are in the same division, and a loss could really hurt either one of them. But that's pretty much it. There's not really much more. The games of this week have just started. I'll pull from this week, and I'll check the records and everything like that to see what games really mattered, what games didn't matter. There's a lot of teams who have not broke the 500 barrier, but can still play and play spoiler. So nobody wants to get hit with the underdog, and that takes you out. You know, you're taking somebody for granted, and it backfires on you. But with that being said, we could just say that this is gonna. It looks like it's gonna be another good week. Oh yeah. If anybody didn't know, the Garland brother that was the Steelers is now the Dolphins. He's the Dolphins because he's trying to prevent the Patriots from pretty much doing anything in the league anymore. How will the Patriots handle this? I have no idea. They're now division rivals, and it seems like it's going to get real intense with these guys for the next couple seasons. So we'll see how that whole scenario shapes up. Okay, now outside of that, there's nothing really much more to talk about. Like I said, I'll pull from the games of this week, and we'll talk about the ones that really mattered, and what that's going to do to the playoffs coming up. Outside of that, you guys have a good rest of your day. If you're at work, you know, enjoy the rest of your day at work. If you're on the road coming home from work, be careful in that traffic or whatever it is. But this is your boy Black Pack Q. I'm out.